Ladies and gentlemen, again, all the way from Tajikistan, Siyovush Gulmamadov.
Another representation from Tajikistan in the name of Siyovush Gulmamadov.
They're both here to make a stamp, and you know he's going to bring that wrestling game.
Well, both of them underdogs here because Dushyant is fighting in his hometown. He's got a lot of fans here who've come all the way, coming in Tajikistan. So these guys from Central Asia.
And his opponent, fighting out of Uttar Pradesh, India, Dushyant Singh.
MFN ka contract Vijeta. Dushyant Pehlwan.
It's the way I love Dushyant. Dushyant is such a people's champion because of the way he fights. Man, you can see this crowd light up for the local hometown hero, Dushyant.
Ladies and gentlemen, first we introduce the blue corner. His professional record, 3 wins and 3 losses. He weighed in at 60.60 kilograms, representing Dushanbe, Tajikistan. Make some noise for Siyovush Gulmamadov. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. His record, 2 wins, 1 loss. He weighed in at 61.10 kilograms, fighting out of Cross Train Fight Club, representing Uttar Pradesh. Make some noise for Dushyant Singh! Ladies and gentlemen, the referee for the fight, Mark Goddard.
Okay guys, you understand the rules of fight. Keep yourself protected, listen to me. If I say stop, you stop. If you want to touch, do it now. God bless.
He's been training with all the... He was training with all the... Oh, goes in for the
Immediately
takedown.
goes in for that takedown. Good sprawl though from Gulmamadov. Interestingly, defends it perfectly, but Dushyant immediately with the pressure, he doesn't want to strike. He wants to take this fight to the ground.
Dushyant throwing in those short and sneaky knees while controlling Gulmamadov against the cage.
Interesting strategy here because there was, he just ran in and grabbed him immediately, but good defense by Gulmamadov. Got an underhook on the left side, lets it go. He's going to use that overhook too. There you go. Oh, very nicely done. Great reversal by Dushyant. And Dushyant now gets
suplexed.
Kind of. It was suplex reversal kind of thing. But good job by keeping balance because he almost tripped him over with that body lock. And Dushyant reversed it beautifully. But he needs to slow down the pace. He needs to maintain control before looking to advance position.
Oh, he's got the mount. Oh, that's a pretty strong mount.
Gulmamadov doing the right thing, trying to buck his hips, trying to buck him off. But I like the way how Dushyant has crossed his legs.
Excellent work here by Gulmamadov.
Excellent escape by Gulmamadov. Gets out of that mount.
I think he finally woke up.
He ran in for that takedown from the get-go. Been pressuring the wrestling and the grappling. But still, Dushyant is in an advantageous position. His corner screaming instructions saying land elbows from the bottom. And Dushyant looking to push him up against the cage.
Dushyant doing a good job right off the bat. Shooting for the takedown, keeping that top position.
He tried to pin his neck against the cage and land some ground and pound. Old school Tito Ortiz style.
It's a good technique. It's a great way to control your opponent, keep him in a good position while you inflict damage on him.
Yeah, but that's the same time Gulmamadov's got an opportunity now to use the cage and try to make his way back up to the feet.
Right, that's what he should be doing right now.
And Dushyant's got a hold of his leg. He's trying to pull that leg from under him.
Well, that's wrestling 101 right here at display.
Again, grabs a hold of those legs. He's got a hold of a double. He's got very good control here. And Gulmamadov again. Gulmamadov reverses position.
That's great scramble, great reversal. He's now finally in a good position. Off his back, pushing his opponent against the cage.
Gulmamadov trying to land some knees, and good reversal by Dushyant. Turns him over, pushing him up against the fence. Technical fight here.
Gulmamadov with the takedown here.
Beautiful takedown by Gulmamadov and good control. But Dushyant back to his feet again. This has been a draining fight for presence, and beautiful knee up the middle.
Good timed knee, well timed. Caught him as he was coming up.
Again, he tried to trip him, and Dushyant immediately reverses position.
Yeah, that's a great counter. Every time he tries to go for that trip, Dushyant just goes for the counter, hip toss.
Beautiful. You can see a little bit of frustration on Gulmamadov's face with the constant reversals from Dushyant, because he hasn't been able to find a dominant position so far in this fight. But on the same hand, Dushyant has an advanced position either. You know, easier said than done, because his opponent is strong and squirming under him.
He's not able to pass the guard, but he's still maintaining position, putting a little damage on there. He's trying his best to get around, but Gulmamadov is just doing a great job of defending and pulling
really
guard.
Is, yeah. Dushyant again, he wants to pass into a more dominant position before he starts landing some shots, but intelligently making sure he has control on the ground and control of his opponent before he does that.
Both fighters going back and forth with a little ground and pound, but nothing too heavy.
It's the back of the head.
You can see Babaji Chaudhary in Dushyant's corner, and in the second round,
No touch of gloves.
touch.
No way he was going to touch his glove
Nope.
this time. He got suckered into a takedown last time.
Nice leg kick there by Gulmamadov.
Oh!
Jumping knee attempt by Dushyant, but Dushyant's got to watch out.
Nice. I think Gulmamadov is a better striker.
Yeah.
I think he likes to strike.
Yeah, he's looking to brawl with Dushyant here, and he's landing some good leg kicks.
Yeah, he looks like a much heavier striker.
But you can see he's got a low stance. He's waiting for that shot.
Because he understands Dushyant's more of a wrestler. Nice hook.
Nice 1-2 by Gulmamadov. You can see him egging him on.
Well, excellent
Yeah,
strategy.
he knows he likes to strike. Dushyant doesn't want to strike with him.
Now Gulmamadov doing a good job by trying to force the shot out of Dushyant. He's standing right in front of him so that he can. Oh, very nice knee. Again, but Dushyant's control.
Great takedown.
Fantastic.
One and down, run the double.
I mean, he tried to force the shot out of him, and he got what he wanted. Beautiful takedown, but Dushyant again trying to get to a dominant position before trying to land some ground and pound.
Good thing for Gulmamadov, he's all the way in his corner. He's got his corner right here. And that doesn't seem to affect Dushyant too much.
I mean, that's the best place to be, in front of your corner. Again, good shots to the body, and good shots to the face. Good job by Gulmamadov trying to find his way up. Body lock by Dushyant.
He's got a nice body lock on him. Going to try that hip toss again. They slip. They're back on their feet.
Man, how strong is Dushyant's base? He's got such good balance. Again, looks for that single, runs it up the pipe.
He's relentless with that takedown. That's his game. That's his game right there.
I mean, Dushyant is reminding me of Merab at this point with the amount of takedowns that he's landing. And the constant back and forth has to be draining. It's ridiculous the pace these guys are putting on. The reversals, and especially with Gulmamadov carrying Dushyant's weight.
Hands him against the cage.
I mean, you can't put on a more dominant stamp with grappling. He picked his opponent up just enough to slam him against the fence.
Nice reversal, but Dushyant just too strong.
Man, his hips
He's
are
on
too
him like
good.
a glove. He's on him like a glove, not giving him any room.
And he's in such great shape.
And look at this crowd go wild every time.
Every time a guard passes, he passes guard, he lands a takedown, lands a punch. This crowd is thundering. And I think in round 2, Dushyant has taken over the grappling.
He's got a good attempt for the Kimura. Almost had it though, but slipped out Dushyant. Nice ground and pound by Dushyant.
Very nice ground and pound by Dushyant, standing in front
Some
of us,
body
punching
shots
him.
looking straight
And he's
at us.
smiling right at us.
He's enjoying this.
He's looking at all of us and smiling.
Nice elbow. These guys are going at it.
Big
man.
shots, big shots, ground and pound.
It's a
And this
brawl.
crowd is going insane.
Wow, these guys are
I
striking
can't hear
left
myself.
side.
It's just insanity at this point. Because Dushyant is just swinging.
Wow.
And he's
They're
cut
going back and
Gulmamadov.
forth. I think he's cut.
He's
He
cut
looks like he's got a
Gulmamadov.
little cut on the nose.
He's cut on his eye. He's cut. How exhausting is this pain?
I mean,
These guys
hats
just
off
punched
to-
themselves out right now.
Hats off to Gulmamadov for taking a lot of beating.
Now I want to see how Gulmamadov is when he stands back up, because right now he's been carrying Dushyant's weight, and Dushyant smiling at us, saying he's not even breathing heavy. I mean, his corner screaming for the Kimura attempt, but you need to kind of have an overhook on the other side.
We got Dushyant exactly where he wants to be. Mamadamadov against the cage, got nowhere to go.
And he's pushing his head up against that fence, and it's just an awful position to be in. He's landing those short shots, but the exasperation on the face of Gulmamadov is evident. Just the sheer
But
control
he's
by
moving really well. He's moving his hip really well, avoiding a lot of that damage.
Look at that show. Now they touch gloves. What a round!
Continue to stand and bang.
Now it's important to see what shape Gulmamadov is in. If Dushyant can stop Gulmamadov in this round, I think the fans might rush the cage.
We don't want that to happen. Oh, another
Single
takedown
leg
attempt.
and
Oh, takes him
effortlessly
down.
Look at that, he's going to pick him up and drag him, push him up against the fence, and just repeat what he was doing for the last 10 minutes.
He's taking Gulmamadov to his corner.
Well, I got to say this about Dushyant. This has been a tiring, grueling fight, but how effortlessly has he managed to keep top
He
control,
didn't even break a
balance.
sweat.
I mean, he's clearly in ridiculous shape. He's got a gas tank that reminds me of Merab. Like you see Merab pulling this kind of stuff. You know, these antics.
Who does he remind you when it comes to Indian MMA? The Gujar tank?
Anup Kumar, yeah, of course. The Gujar tank indeed. But I think he might be better. He might be a lot better.
Well, this is the new crop, the new generation.
Exactly. I mean, the old school, the old guard gave way to the new kids now. So you got to pay respect and homage to them. But it's just how there are levels to this game, like Umaru Usman said. You can see the levels, and he's facing his international opponent, who he knew had good hands and good grappling, and he's holding his own so effortlessly. But you know, there's still 3.5 minutes remaining in this fight. Anything can happen in the sport of mixed martial arts.
Both these guys on their feet once again, trying to clinch each other. Oh, Gulmamadov with those knees. His corner's yelling at him, asking him to throw a lot more knees when in that clinch position.
And you can see his coach Sid telling Dushyant to hold him up against the cage. Don't let him reverse. That's it. This is where it starts getting interesting.
Oh,
It's just the fatigue at this point. Gulmamadov was in an advantageous position there. Had he had a little more energy, he might have been able to capitalize. But just the pressure, the crushing pressure of Dushyant over and over again. Gulmamadov looking for that hip toss. He's trying to sweep the leg and toss him over. but just the hips of Dushyant.
Dushyant just got too much top pressure, forward pressure.
It's just,
He's got his hips locked in.
his balance is so good.
And no matter what Madaganov tries to do, he's not able to make any progress forward. You know?
Gulmamadov is having a tough time, and especially in the middle of the third round, when you're a lot more drained, you're sweaty, it's harder to have control. And with the kind of pressure, he's finding it tougher and tougher to push Dushyant off him.
Right, he's defending intelligently, but he's just not able to get that pressure or create that space. He'd much rather strike. You saw when they were striking, he was winning the fight.
And Dushyant again tried to get a single leg high crotch and tried to slam him, but now he's got a double. He's got his hands wrapped underneath, and he's going to slam him to the ground. Boom! But man, he expended a lot of energy with that one.
Well, in 2 words, Dushyant's strategy is slam and bang.
It's okay. But the amount of energy he expended picking up his opponent just to put a stamp on it.
That was a nice slam. Definitely the icing on the cake. He's been dominating this fight this entire time. I think he gets the win easily.
I mean, unless, you've got to watch out. He's got to be careful. This is still a fight. You can get caught, like Zahur got caught in a submission.
Exactly. He might get caught in a submission, but that's highly doubtful. You have to ask me.
Dushyant gets the mount.
He goes from transitions from mount to side control. And it's just at this point, I think, Gulmamadov is a little tired. He's not able to capitalize on any of these positions. And Dushyant again just staying heavy. I think I'm going to call him Indian Merab now. Well, when he smiled at us, it's more Merab. Khabib doesn't smile. Khabib goes to corners and says, "You must give up. You must give up, brother. You must give up." Oh, look at that. He's using the visor, but just the top control. But props to Gulmamadov. He's trying so hard. Gulmamadov again, absolute gamer, but it's just that pressure, that control over and over as this fight comes to a close.
Wow!
Great sportsmanship, great sign of sportsmanship
Fantastic.
at the end. Great fight, what a gamer.
I mean, look at them. They're both looking at each other. They don't speak the language to one another.
So a lot of brute strength that comes in from wrestling.
I mean, it's his strength, it's his conditioning, the balance. Just fantastic fighting all around.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action here at Siyovush, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision, Dushyant.